live so far away. Looking through the smoke in the mirror. Crazy how I see you so clear. Crazy how I see you so clear. And how you make me smile. And how you make me smile, oh yeah. And how you make me smile, oh baby, how you make me smile. Smile more when I see you. Smile less when I miss you. No, I don't wanna be left alone. Oh no. Smile more when you come back. Smile more when I see you. Smile more when the sun shines bright. Believe me, I need you. Smile more when you blow me up. Smile more when I see your face. Smile more when I feel love. Smile less when I need to let go. Let go. Smile
What's up, everyone? This is Naked H Crusader, part of Naked eSports, and obviously tonight it is a Monday, which means nothing other than that is Naked Pro Scrims tonight. So I hope you guys are ready for the action. Let me show you guys the team list here tonight. We have some pretty good teams, some teams that we've seen before, like Sons of Anarchy, Vital, Silent Mercenaries, Voltage, etc, etc, etc. We do have a few new teams here. We have Astronauts, which I think actually have played in the duos. I'm not sure if they actually have played in the Naked Pro Scrims. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Let's see, who else? Actually, I think we've had, no, Light Force. That is a new team. So Team Synergy, I believe, is fairly new to the whole situation. I believe they played in the duos as well on Thursdays. But they might be completely new to the Naked Pro Scrims tonight. As you guys know, I pick technically two winners. One, Naked eSports. It's a given. Gotta choose them. That's just my team. But if there's a second team winner to choose, I will pick, this time around, Vanguard. I'm going with that that team. I believe they're going to win it all. With Naked eSports, one of the two will. Either they're going to be 1 and 2. That's my guess. But as you guys know, it's a curse. It's a complete curse. I never pick a good team to win it all. I mean, they're a good team, but I never choose the right team to win it all. I'm always incorrect. Unless it's Naked eSports, because obviously I pick them all the time. So, will Vanguard completely go against the grain here and win it all? I certainly hope so, because I picked them. But I apologize for picking you, Vanguard. It's bad juju from me. So we're going to go and take a look at who's in the room, as we have 2 minutes until it actually begins. And that's right, it's exactly 2 minutes. We do not wait any longer than 8 p.m. When we say we're going to start, that's when we're going to start. And we got 81 in the room. Love it. I love what I see here. As you can just go down the list a little bit, we got Bolt Action Warriors, Silent Mercenaries, Voltage, Top Gun on the left there, Vital, Freedom Gamers. Does look like Vital's getting their team 2 in, but they're going to be a bit late if they're going to try so, because they only got 1 in there right now. You got Full Send Gaming. There is 2 teams on that, so I love their logo too. Looks pretty cool. We have War there on the left. We have Vanguard. There's a team I have winning it, and obviously they're going to need that 4th if they want to really take advantage of the field here. 3 is going to just be not cutting it, because all of these teams, 1, they're not bots, so it's not like a classic match where you might have 20% of them being bots. This is a real match with real people, and all of them are real. So let's see how this works out for them. And there are also some of the best teams out there, some pro, some amateur, some trying to make it up the ranks, but in all of the senses, these are all really good teams. We've seen them perform before for the most part, and I can't wait to see the action. I hope you guys are ready to watch as well. It is 8 p.m. Guy is running the room. He'll be starting at any moment now. I hope you guys are excited. Let me know who you guys have winning it tonight, and we'll see who wins it, who takes it all for tonight. There will be 3 matches on 3 different maps, all first-person perspective. First one, obviously, you can see on the top there, is going to be Miramar. That is the biggest map of them all. It's the desert one. Then we have Erangel, and finally, we bring it to Sandhawk. So those are your 3 maps, and it will be a point system for this scrimmage. What does that mean? It means kills will cost 15 points, and we're about to begin, so that's good. Kills cost 15 points, and getting a higher rank gets you points. It's a long list of points. You can see it all on Discord to check it out to see what kind of point system we use. Generally, it is the standard PUBG point system. Don't really stray away from it. I think a lot of these teams are trying to practice their abilities, and I think it just helps keeping that a standard for people. So they can practice to the fullest and not have to think about doing a different strategy based on the point system. If you guys are having trouble hearing me or anything like that, just let me know. I'll be trying to watch all of you guys when you're in your chat here on the left. Team 15 Rebels, that's what Fappy's saying, and Fappy is part of Rebels. If you guys haven't heard of Rebels, I wouldn't say they're fairly new at this point. I think they've been a few weeks old now. That might be new in a lot of different terms, but if I know Fappy has been playing for a long time, so I have no doubt that they will do well with his team, because they've done well before here. And we see Naked Finn taking a leap of faith as he jumps in, ready for it. I'm going to turn off the music, because as you guys pretty much all know, I like to hear just the plane. Oh, give me a moment. Let's get that on track. Here we are. That's what I like to hear. So now here we go. A little bit south, but mostly from the west to the east. We got a plane ride, and it looks like Team 4 has already worked their jump. Wonder where they're headed. Maybe they're going straight to the town right under them, La Cabrera. And we're starting to see more teams dropping. Looks like Team 4 did it at the right time. They didn't want to fight and loot. It looks like they have done the right thing. And as teams are jumping, it will be interesting to see how many start going north of this plane ride. I've noticed more and more as I've watched these scrims, less teams go on the side the plane line is at. So if the plane line is north, less people go north. I think it's just thought process, and it might be interesting to see that from a statistical perspective, how accurate that is. It does seem like a few teams are actually heading north this time around, more than I expected actually. So there's not so many towns up north, but you do have a few teams that have tried to go there. I think a lot of the reason has to do with the fact that there aren't a lot of towns south where you can actually jump to. I think Los Leones is even too far to jump to. You might have to take a car to get there. And then there, after Hacienda, there's not really much after that on that plane line. So I think a lot of teams thought they'd go north because there were more towns. As you can see, it's going to be really difficult to get south. And we're just going to take a look at this jump from Bolt Action Warriors as they are pushing down to see what they can find. So they got this town right in front of them. It does seem like Team 15 or Team 13 is ahead of them in this area, and they're already on the ground. So I don't know what happened from Bolt Action Warriors jump, but they're getting a little bit late to the party. Should be okay because of the distance they are at, but he's going to need some weapons, and they do find an M16 for Bojack right there. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. We have LS over here on this side of the map of the town, I should say, and they've been looting up for a little bit of time now. Just a little bit of a head start from them. You do want to always jump and be on the ground as soon as you possibly can in order to fight off anyone that is around. So we're also going to take a look here at SOA, Sons of Anarchy, as they've dropped down. And everything kind of renders in, so give it a moment as it does that. But they do have a person on this side from War. We are Renegades. It looks like it's Crits. Does have a helmet and has a weapon in hand too. So that will definitely help his situation. But he is kind of at a disadvantage just from this perspective because he is alone. Now he does want to trade off for what appears to be a UMP. And does have some people on the other end. I think he has to be very careful as he jumps, taking some shots as SOA, and two of the members are already down and out, and all of them are gone. SOA finished off already by War. Looks like two of them were able to take care of the job there, and well played. So now we go over. To Team 25 here. This is Full Send Gaming. So they are near the church here on top of the roof, while FMJ, Full Metal Jacket, is on the ground across the street. It's a little separated, three of their members on the left, as you can see, and one member is on the right with a zebra. We'll focus more on the three here as they are literally across the street from Team 25, and Hype is trying to dodge bullets as he's going in, and so is Legend. They both take a few hits, maybe one or two. But they are still up and running. So, ooh, never mind. Lit is down. So now he's getting hit hard and trying to get Thirst, I think, from Full Send. Yeah, Legend's trying to fit through that crack. Does do so. And we'll try to go for the pickup. Now, JoJo and the rest of taking on some shots in the wide open, but Hype gets hit as well because Alex was just looking down, waiting for him to peek. So now JoJo and the rest of FS is looking pretty good right now. One member on the right in that little area, and he's trying to get healed up. Other member is getting knocked down. It does look like there's only one left from FMJ. Never mind, two right here, but knocked as well, and there he goes as well. So that is 3 members down from FMJ. As we were saying before, there is another member away from the area. He gets a little bit closer. Zebra's on the other end. I don't know what Zebra's going to do. Is Zebra going to back off from this situation? It seems like he is, and that's not a bad idea. You do have 4 members still up and running. Maybe 2 members, actually. Still up and running on FS. And 1 knocked. And at this point, that guy's going to get picked up, and Zebra is off to the races. Get me out of here is what he's pretty much saying. So we'll take a look at some other things that are going on around the map. And this looks quite interesting. I don't know if this is what we were... Nope, this is not what we were just seeing. As we see ATTP in between 2 teams. As things render in, it looks like he got a knock on Team 7. Slowly but surely, this will. It's kind of an interesting look right now. Alright. ATTP getting a knock there and a finish. Let's take a more aerial view so we can find out where everyone is. SM on the other end. And Freedom Gamers shooting off on that side. So now Death Rain is trying to see people on the other end. Shooting in that door where ATTP is, but missing any shots. Does look like Death Rain is trying to make his way over to his teammates. Everyone's up on Freedom Gamers still. You do have one member that's severely hurt on SM. But it looks like Freedom Gamers and ATTP are kind of looking at each other. So now Wizard took a hit, but not much after that. And that is SM here just by himself behind this wall. And there's Freedom Gamers on the other end too, shooting at him as well. I don't know what he's going to try to do here. He's trying to get to cover, goes into the houses. Not a bad idea. But you do have ATTP who's not willing to let that guy go. Maclet is down, and it seems like that was from Freedom Gamers. So across the street, getting some damage done. And Maclet is trying to hide in a way so he can get healed up, but it's going to be a little difficult from where he is. If he tries to go over those steps, he's going to be taken out by thirst. So what he's doing pretty much is hiding behind that little shed. So Maclet is now running around it, or crawling around it, be a better word for it. And the rest of ATTP are severely hurt. I don't know if they have meds or what, but they're not using them. So I just doubt they do. They're pretty much at 10% health. So Umami is going to go for the revival on Maclet, getting the time to do that. Now Freedom Games are still in that house, no push. I think they certainly have the advantage based on health and numbers even with the knocked member, who just got picked up though. But getting across this street is going to be a little bit difficult to do. It is pretty open, and any push, you want to make sure that you can actually get across and not kind of just jump into open fire just because you need to. Now ATTP appears to have found some nice meds because they are up and running again. So it does seem like the patience didn't quite work out the way Freedom Gamers were hoping. Now Death Rain is down, probably peeking out that window, hoping to find the best, but could not. It looks like Cheeks is going to go for revival. I don't know what ATTP is going to try. SM has pretty much run off on the left there. They're taking some more shots on, or what appears to be toward ATTP, but they've really moved away from that spot, and I don't know if they've realized that they moved to this area here on this side. Maybe trying to go for a flank altogether. I don't know what Team 3 is doing. Is he looking down? He is looking downward on both teams, but he's really not taking the risk of being in the middle of it. He's going to stay away from it for now. And pretty much figure out what he wants to do next. Now he's really, I think he lost sight of where he is, or where they are, because he's not really focused on that. So Freedom Gamers again. I think we're going to have to change up spots because we can't stay in one spot forever. That's what you guys want, right? You guys want to change it up. We're going to have to. Here we go. We got Vanguard now. It looks like he's driving to his teammates on the other end. Naked is a little bit farther over. But there might be something over there for Naked and the rest of Team 1. They might have a sight on Uxes or Uxes. Uxes? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. I just, you know me, I'm pretty terrible with names. So here's Naked. They just took a shot on the car. Uxes getting hit. Uxes? I don't know, but Naked is shooting, but gets hit down, and Shane is hit hard by what appears to be either Nikos or Uxes. So he's trying to use the hill as much as possible to get away from any further fire. The rest of his teammates are going for him. Finn is going for the ground and getting Shane up. There looks like there does not appear to be a push from Vanguard after that knock. After the surprise attack, they're kind of just recuperating, figuring out what just happened. And so that's pretty much the reason why Vanguard didn't push, I imagine. But it looks like Naked will get picked up, or at least Shane did. Going to use some bandages, it seems, and one at a time. Smokes have been thrown to give a little bit of cover. Does look like someone might be third-partying the area here. Queens is just driving by, hoping not to be seen, as their teammates are just leaving them be now. They're not staying to see what they can do to be a part of the action. So a little bit of trench war here, as we've seen a stalemate between two teams. It looks like Vanguard and Naked are pretty much evened out again. No one's crossing the street. Does seem like maybe you have, Vanguard on top of that building, but that's pretty much it. I think Naked's pretty together here. They're staying a group core. They're not trying to stray away. And they're all in the circle. So I think that will be a long-term battle, and we might have to come back to that. So you can see I'm looking at every little bit here. We're going to head a little bit back here to Team 14, where HTTP and Freedom Gamers are fighting. It seems like they're pretty similar spot. The only difference is that blue zone's coming in. So Team 14 is going to have to make a move outside to get out of where they are at the moment in order to get into the new zone. And it does look like they got a member of FG. That changes a little bit as one guy's coming in. Speed is going for some shots, missing it a bit. And the one's in the blue zone, but the blue zone's not hurting too much. And there's a trade in knocks. And the smoke is going off in order to revive Umami and to get into the new zone as well. So they were able to pick up Cheeks here. And he's taking shots right after the run there. They do get a knock there too, so then another trade. But it really is 3v2 now. As the only one that's up on Freedom Gamers is the guy on the left. But there is a lot of knocked people right in this one spot. A lot of people going for the crawl. Looks like he's going for finishes instead. I don't know if he's going to go for the revival here. Not a bad idea, as you can have another member just working the other guy in their stead. Maclet is down as well, so now it is really a 2v1. Great job staying alive and throwing a... I don't think he meant to do that. That was probably meant to be a smoke, and he instead throws a molly. So it looks like it didn't really affect anything from ATTP. That was lucky enough, though. Team 7's really in trouble here. Does not have the numbers. He's doing everything he can in order to hold back the horde here, but doesn't have much chances when it comes to statistics right here. So right now he's going to heal himself a little bit. Nope, he's going for a good shot in the back. And Wizard finishes it off. So Freedom Gamers is out. ATTP sticks around with 3. So this has become even more of a pickle for both Team 1 and Team 12, as Team 10 is still in the area. That is FS on the other end. So Naked Finn is down. And he's going to get picked up possibly from Ghost. Char is up and running. And Shane is hurt but is still up. So Team 12 is leaving Naked pretty much. And it looks like he's going more toward, or they are going more toward Team 10. And that is full send. So Talon leading the charge into the new circle while the rest of his teammates are coming through. They are also getting close to Queens, who were driving into town. We thought they were going to continue to leave, but it seems like they have stayed. They have gone to this building right here in front of us. Looks like they're going to try to peek. Laser sight right there, possibly getting a sight on FS, and I would imagine so because they're really paying attention to that one side. Team 12 is really getting into the middle of 19 here. And they must hear some footsteps because they are getting hidden right here. They've really put themselves in the middle of things here. They were fighting naked earlier. Now they're going against Queens. Wouldn't be surprised if FS comes into battle here between the three of them. Some gunshots from Team 19. Queens trying to hold back both sides now. They got two fronts to cover. Here's FS. The other one's a little bit on the edge of the circle. I think they're trying to get a sight on Queens in the building, but for the most part, they're not getting any shots off. At least one member did, but that's about it. Oh, he's getting shot at as he's trying to run it, and he will get away with it. So he put himself in the open there, taking a risk, and it worked out because he was able to continue. Now, Pretty Benji was knocked, and it might have been because she peeked for Talon, but they are pretty far away from FS, and it does seem like we got a few shots from Otter Craze, top of the list here, shooting down on FS, using that, what is it, a 6 or an 8? Either way, long distance scope, trying to get FS, and it does seem like she sees more. There is, might be Telly or Tally. Doesn't seem like she's taking any shots on them. No clear shot. Hoping for Tally to kind of stand still. So this zone's coming in slow because they are on the short end of it. Does seem like ATTP. I don't know if they just finished off that team in the blue zone. And it looks like they're going toward it. Yeah, they finished off that team, or that one person that was left. They're going for the box to get everything that was inside. They don't care if the blue zone is hitting them. This is going to be an interesting battle right here, actually. Yeah, Team 24 is really in the blue, and Team 9 as well. Looks like War is in the car running. It looks like these are the two War teams, actually, and they're now fighting against each other, hitting the blue zone. They don't want them to get away, and they might go for a chase. I love seeing car chases. I don't know if they stopped. Did they stop? No. Nope, they did not. They're continuing on. So both War teams were in the blue zone trying to stay alive. One of them was getting shot at, and it looks like they got away with it. It's quite something here. It looks like, I think they're looking at ATTP there in the road, and it looks like that car is almost about to blow up, and all members of ATTP are there. Now, they all got out because they had to. They didn't want to get themselves blown up because of being in the car, and we'll see what they're actually at based on when everything renders in. So they are behind a tractor, not the greatest hiding spot of all time here, and Doodle is trying to get shots on them. So this is Light Force here, fairly new team to the block, and they're going against a veteran team, to say the least, on ATTP. They are a really strong team. They really did some work during Thursday, and I think Light Force is going for some props or for some pride here. Taking out ATTP would be huge. So it does look like they're running with two people, using the tree for cover and a hill as well. It does seem like he was spotted, but he's going to use this other hill as well. There's not a lot of cover, so it looks like they're going to use the smoke. Doodle is down, actually, so that's why he definitely needs to smoke out in order to heal him up at least comfortably. So now you have ATTP, who's backing away because they need to get more cover away from that tractor, and they will. They take the house after that knock. They're not getting shot anymore, so that was good timing. Team 23 FMJ Zebra is just hiding, and I don't blame him. Look, all of his members are down. Legend, Lit, and Hype all knocked out of the match already. So Zebra is working his way in to the top of the list here for match 1 if he can. But that doesn't mean ATTP are not going to let that happen. They obviously, it'd be very difficult for ATTP to know that FMJ is over there, and that's why they are driving away. One got out. He needs to get back in. It looks like he'll do just fine here, at least for now. Does look like Team 19's getting in a car and leaving what appears to be naked. And Get Wrecked is just on the back of the buggy. Looks like this car is getting a little swiveled out. It's tough to use a buggy in this place. But it looks like they're going to be just fine getting into the new zone with the vehicle. So you have FS right there with Team 14 on the other end. ATTP's on that side, so it didn't look like they were well for long. But now you have Marrow knocked down from long distance, and that was not from ATTP. That was from Light Force taking a nice shot. So if they can get another hit down on them, it would be great, but they're going to be hiding behind that rock instead. JoJo's trying to run, trying to stay safe, but you do have ATTP who are in this house right here. And so there are a few people who are up. I think 2 people exactly. And it looks like JoJo is going inside to see what he can do. They're going to watch those stairs. JoJo scarily looking at these stairs, trying to find an angle, and does take a few shots, it seems. He's trying to peek, trying to hit, and misses those shots. JoJo trying to do it all by himself, taking out this team. Goes up the stairs, goes down the stairs. Looks like he's going for some loot. What? He's lightning round, huh? So here's JoJo as he's lagging from my end. Now ATTP's in the blue zone. Good timing from JoJo to get out and ahead of it so he can just shoot people who are getting out of that house. ATTP, I don't know what their move's going to be. They can't stay in there forever, especially. Now you have FS on the right along with Lights Out. I mean, sorry, not Lights Out. Light Force. And there you go. Shots have been taken on, but a seal is down mostly because of the blue zone, but some help from FS members there. Now Umami gets hit down as well, so ATTP is out. They were in the thick of a lot of battle, and they just could not find time to breathe as FS is finally the ones to take them out. Now you do have Light Force on the other end, but it seems like one of them is not going to make it because too far in the blue zone. Doodle, the leader, is going to be running it in. And trying to figure out what to do next. Let's take a little more zoomed in approach to see what teams are still available. There are a ton of teams, 14 to be exact. And it does seem like one member has gone because of the blue zone there. From Light Force, Team 24, pretty close to Team 5. Didn't notice it because their colors are so similar, but War is now shooting against Team 5. And they are getting nice shots on War. Almost getting Tall, but Tall is still up and running from Top Gun. Looks like Poison's going to go for revival. Hope for the best as Tall, hoping Tall won't make a push big, but does. And now he's moving around trying to get some good shots, but could not. And War is out with an instant kill like that from Tall. So now Team 5 is all by themselves on this end. They don't have a thing to worry about. They still have all of their members. So right now they are in a great spot. They do have to get into the new zone, but that's about it. Now you have Team 2 against Team 1, I think, on this hill. And Team 19 is also here as Bolt Action Warriors, and one of their members is down, trying to get healed up. And I think that is it for Naked. Naked is out of here. This on the lower end of this mountain could not get through. And so Team 2 from Bolt Action Warriors is going to heal themselves up. Now Team 19 is still on top of this mountain. And I have no doubt that they heard all of that gunfire. I don't know what Queens is going to do. It's a little bit of a tough angle to shoot down from that angle. But they are still up and running. They have 2 members. Compared to Bolt Action Warriors, I think have 4. So they got to worry about that just a bit at least. It does seem like Vital's taking a few hits there. A lot of shots are going down on them. Purge is down, and so is Vital. Chronic and Alone are the only ones left. They're trying to use the cover from the hill as much as possible. Once thirsted, Purge is still down though. Could get picked up if possible, but I don't think they're going to want to let that happen. Now, Light is downed, and looks like that was a thirst there, so that's it. Team 2 squad wipes, just like that. Now, can they get a third? Because Queens is still up there. I don't know if they're going to stick around though. They do want to get into the new zone just like anybody else. We'll see how that works out. What do I want to see here? So far, we got a little bit of separation. Trying to figure out what's best to see. Let's just take a look at some teams. As Team 16, we haven't seen Razor Gaming throughout the entirety, pretty much. Not surprised they have 0 kills because we're trying to follow the kills. And they have 0. They're going to stay alive, though, staying in the top 10. 3 teams hanging around. Now, Team 5 is going to have to come in. And it does look like they have a vehicle. So Queens is pretty much going to drive by. And they want this top spot because it's a great spot to be. But there's a team right here, and one gets knocked. Pretty Benji is down. Auto Craze is just going to try to drive to the other end, and she will stop here. And this is what Auto Craze is looking at right now. It's going to be a real tough situation as she's going to be alone in this spot. And you probably can expect some pushing. Team 5, just on the other end, is looking at them, as you can see them right now on your screen. I don't know if Razor Gaming has realized that there is a team right here that might be able to get a sight on Razor Gaming. It does look like Queens is taking out somebody on this end. Queens is knocked, actually, and that was a knock, so Queens, Auto Craze is down and out. Does look like the RV is going to take some shots on the left. That is Rage and Valor. Tall, almost down. One member from Razor Gaming who was trying to shoot from the top, could not last long, is knocked. And he has to come down in order to get picked up somehow. It looks like he's going to be staying up there though. And thirsted. So Bolt Action Warrior Bojack getting shot from the side here. Just so many teams are on top of this mountain. Hard to say where to follow everything. I mean, you had Team 2 here from Bolt Action Warriors who are a little bit on the outskirts, maybe, if you consider it an outskirt. And then you have TG who's getting picked up now, member, and members coming in to help out. Now you do have Bolt Action Warriors still shooting at TG, so they have an idea of where they are at least. Looks like they are taking some fire on Team 2. So much gunfire down low as well. Let's just see what's going on here as they shoot. Looks like this is a building battle. So much going on right now. This is what we're seeing from Bolt Action Warriors, Shape Dota being one of them. Whoa, I don't know what that was about, but I just like flipped. And I got pushed out. Alright, we're back into it. Razor Gaming, Russian. There's so much smoke too, it's making it hard to see your enemy. But it makes it a little bit easier to not get shot. As you guys pretty much know from PUBG. Thank you for the follow. I guess we're going to stay on top.
Mega oof for Rebels.
So now we have some shots down there still. As the blue zone's now coming in, it's going to take over all of them on top here. And they're going to have to make a race toward the bottom. As you can see, Bolt Action Warriors already made their move. Razor Gaming's getting hurt just from jumping down. I don't know if they're going to make it. They're going to heal up as well. And one of them is not, and so is the other. So Razor Gaming is out just because of the blue zone. Got to pay attention. So here you have FS there in the smoke. One knocked. It looks like Alex will get a revival on Maro or Marco. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Rebel here inside with unknown soldiers. It's like White is by himself in here, and a lot of members of different teams are in this building with him, and I'm sure he wishes he can be somewhere else. Throws a molly into that smoke, maybe preventing them from coming down to his floor. Now here's a more kind of an easier look, I guess. Unknown soldiers on top of the building, while you have Jay White from Rebels on the second floor. You do have FS, who just have 2 members. It looks like taking some shots across the way against War. And you also have to be careful about team that's also over here, Team 23 and Team 25. He's right there. So Zebra's hanging back there in the zone, but he's going to have to make his way into the new one, just like FS is doing. And this building is getting a little bit more cramped. Now you have 3 teams in this one building. One team in here, Voltage. This is, I guess, an easier way to see things. Although we can't see what's actually going on inside. If anyone changes levels, pretty much you're going to see an enemy. If US goes down a floor, there would be a potential to see Rebels. Obviously, they also have to pay attention to this building here. But it's going to be a little bit difficult to get an angle with the windows on that side. Jeez. You have FMJ, Zebra, making it way in by himself. Not a bad move. A lot of movement side to side from FS, but no real attempt to go to another floor. They would have the advantage on Rebels on the second floor, but that's all in hindsight. They don't know how many people are in this building. And having 2 members, you just are playing Yahtzee, taking your luck on whether there's a team that has more than you or less than you in this building. Unknown Soldiers has 3, so they're looking good. Looks like I think that was a misfire from FMJ, unless he was just shooting across the smoke, trying to hope for a hit. FMJ is taking some hits now, or is being shot at, so I think throwing those smokes might have been a little bit of a mistake, as he's getting shot up by 2 different teams, and he is gone. FMJ is out, didn't have the zone, so he had to get out. Voltage is also in a little bit of trouble unless he can stay in this house. They're gonna have to move in. So now you have FS. All these guys are on different floors, and I can't tell where's the next circle gonna be. I can't zoom in close enough to see what that one's gonna look like. You have 4 total teams. You have Voltage on our left. You have Unknown Soldiers on top of this, with Rebels in the middle, and FS on the bottom floor. And I think there should be oh, that's it. So that is the 4 teams, actually. So, ooh, nice grenade. I don't know who threw that. I wish I saw who did it. But unless that was, yeah, beautifully cornered. Can it be finished? No, it can't. Looks like they were hiding behind a house here or something. Looks like they're in the closets, trying to hide from that window now. It looks like Coda is not going to go for a revival. Maybe his access to them is a little off because the stairs on the other end. Tough decision to make in that situation. You could heal up a little bit after. If you had the meds, maybe they don't. In which case, that's why they're leaving them. Looks like Coda's getting shot from the second floor. And FS gets out, so it doesn't seem like it's going to be a building finish. They get out of the building, getting ready for movement outside, and that's why they're throwing the smokes in case they need to move out. So it looks like they're going to peek over to these buildings on top. Doesn't seem like Unknown Soldiers is making the risk of peeking. They are in the stairwell, it seems, and Jay White from Rebels not making a move, so the only one that really might peak is Team 4 from Voltage, but he's only have one member. Let's see what Jay White is looking at. It looks like he's ready to smoke up something, taking pain meds, getting ready for when this circle starts to close, and hopefully will heal. It looks like this will be a healing finish. FS is actually putting themselves in a great spot. If they don't use up all their smokes and can use that at the right time and kind of get into the center of the circle and then start healing it up there, they might be in the best spot. Looks like Alex is saying, hey, here's a first aid. We both need to survive this long enough. And I don't know. Unknown Soldiers definitely is going to work this healing game, but they're going to be on the edge of this new circle. Not having the smokes out is a problem. Ooh, Jay White taking a peek on that second floor, as both of them are now looking up there, making sure they don't get hit. This is a long match, mostly because this finish has these buildings in it and no one's taking the risk to move out now. It might work out, it may not. They're pretty much leaving it up to fate, hoping that they can heal better than everybody else. Everyone's fully healed up, and this circle is about to close in 15 seconds. Who do you guys have winning this one particular? You have Unknown Soldiers, Rebels, FS, Full Send, and you have Voltage on the left. So it'll be an interesting call here. One jumps out into the blue, and everyone's jumping out now. You have Rebel jumped out, but it looks like FS is staying alive. One member from Unknown Soldiers gets knocked while the rest of them are going for heals. Now you have Alex, who's not healing up. He's looking for enemies, but sees nobody. Unknown Soldiers is looking great. And that... What? They didn't heal? They didn't heal enough. Mostly because FS was able to stay in that middle circle long enough. Didn't even go for a heal up. So, well played from FS. I didn't think that was going to work out for them. It definitely did, though. And they have a total of 11, 12, 13 kills. That definitely puts them on top, I believe, from a kill standpoint. Although I'm looking at a different team, and we'll get to that in just a second. But it does seem like there is another team that got more. Unknown Soldiers got 1 kill, coming in at second place. And Voltage with only 3, getting 5 kills total. So well played from them. Rebels trying to hang out in that second floor with the last member, as Jay White gets 1 kill. FMJ with 1 kill, fighting Legend. War gets 4. Nice job, Jay, getting 3. And this is what I was talking about. You got Light from Bolt Action Warriors and Bojack. Light getting 5. Bojack going for a big 11 here, going 16 kills total. So they really put in the work here. Well done from Bolt Action Warriors. TG, Tall, and Merlin getting the kills, getting 5 total. Razor Gaming, 2 with Russian. Queens getting 2, and that's from Fit Girl Steph. Light Force with 0, having 2 members. Vital with 3. Naked with 0. War with 0. FS with 1. ATTP with nice number. Wizard getting 4, and the rest of their teammates getting either 2 or 1, giving them a total of 9. Silent Mercenaries was 0. Vanguard was 0. FG was 0. TS was 0. And LS 1. And to finish up, Sons of Anarchy was 0. So well done, everybody. As we move on to the second match. The second match is going to be Erangel. It's going to be FPP. If you guys want to participate in these scrimmages, all you have to do is go to our Discord page. All the information is there to figure out how to register for these. Next one will be on Monday for the Naked Pro Scrims, but we do have an event sponsored by Omelette that will be this Thursday. It's called Thurston Thursdays. It'll be at 10 p.m. And every match you have an ability to win tokens from Omelette Arcade themselves. It will be the main event at 10 p.m. We'll be on top of the list, so a lot of people we hope will be watching, but we expect that too. Love you guys being here at the Naked Pro Scrims. All these teams participating. It's wonderful to have you guys as we get through that first round. So congratulations to our winners so far as we are moving on to the second round. Guy is going to be creating the room. As you guys don't know yet, Guy is our one of our founders for Naked Esports. He'll make sure that everybody in the room should be there, and figure out who shouldn't as well. There he is. Puts me in the room. Well appreciated. Make sure to thank Guy anytime. Just tell him that he's doing a wonderful job. He's pretty much working the back end with Shake and Shane as our other founders and the rest of Naked Esports. A lot of people on the back end trying to create an experience, and a great experience for you guys. So I hope you guys will thank them sometime along tonight. We got 3 people now as it just has opened. I'm assuming that the room card and room ID and password have been given out. So make sure you jump in as soon as possible. It's always 10 minutes after he created the room. So whenever that is for you guys, will be it. He will write it down in Discord to see what it is. So actually, I don't need to get out of that. Sorry, I'm just talking in my head now. Let me see what time that room code is going to be opened, or the room will be closed. 8:51 is this exact start time. So make sure whenever you get in, make sure you get in at 8:51. I would leave some room just to make sure. So if you're one of the teams that are participating, so you don't get kicked out from the system, and you can easily have enough time to come back in. So right now I'm just looking at Discord, taking a look at everything, making sure everything is looking well okay. It looks like everything is fine. Just going to respond to some people. Sometimes just want to make sure everything is looking good. Just is what it is. So what I'm going to actually do in the meantime is play some music here. And I'm also going to show you guys who's in the scrimmage tonight. And let me know who you guys have winning it. My vote is Vanguard for tonight. And if you guys think that, write down Vanguard. If you guys have another team in mind, let me know. Okay, I'm back. So thank you guys for writing on Twitch there and following me. Dripping Guru, thank you for the follow. Dak Prescott, the man himself, thank you for the follow. And Talon6, thank you as well. War vs. War. Yeah, there was a War vs. War battle in the very beginning. Both of them pretty much in the middle of the blue zone. One of them getting away in the vehicle, I remember, just with luck, I guess, because they were getting shot at pretty heavily. or just smooth moves with the vehicle. TG Hollywood, thank you for stopping by and showing support. I really appreciate it. No kills, what a shame. Constantly fighting our other teams. Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta fight. You gotta fight it out, man. You gotta get the kills. 15 points per kill. It doesn't seem like a lot, but in the midst of things, if you're not getting kills, you're not gonna win it all. That's for sure. I don't care if you're getting first place every round. It's pretty much a given that you're gonna need some kills in order to win. Hey, if the lobby doesn't get full, can my squad get in? We signed up today. No, this is a registration only. It doesn't need to be completely full in order for that to work out. We want to make sure all teams have the ability to get in. So we don't want to open it up to everybody and then realize that there's some teams that are just going to be hopping in a little later. These are starting in exact times. And we give exact times for everybody to join in. If you do not join in, there is a penalty for not participating in our scrimmages, and we do uphold it. So it is in our rules. The penalty is pretty clear. So if you guys aren't showing up for some reason, you gotta let me know, or let us know as staff members. Love the stream. Thank you, Guru. Really appreciate it. Yeah, really a great game from all around. Razor Gaming doing some dirty work there, getting a lot of kills. Looks like someone's going against Russian from Razor Gaming in round 2. Nikos. It'll be interesting to see. It looks like both of them were on that hilltop. Both teams were on the hilltop, and it became very difficult for anyone that was already up there to coming down, because the blue zone was kind of forcing them to jump pretty much, and they were going to lose health either from the blue zone or from fall damage. So really put them in a difficult spot. And then they had no place to get cover because all the other houses were already taken at that point. That was quite the match. Yes, it was. I love watching the action. Guys, I'm only following the action when I see it. So if you think I'm missing something, it's just because something else is going on. That's pretty much it. We didn't kill them. So close though, it was. Naked Celeste, hey, what's up? I'm just trying to follow get everybody's messages out there. Team 15 from Fappy. I'm guessing that's Rebel. Yeah, it is. Let's go Queens, says Mr. Meeseeks. Queens is a team that we've seen quite often, and I'm a big fan of them, as you guys know. I pretty much say that every time. I love watching them play, and we'll see if they get a top spot. I don't want to curse them by saying that they're going to come up number 1, because anytime I say some team's going to win it all, I'm never right. I'm never right. And so right now I'm putting that curse on Vanguard. From the beginning of this scrimmage, I said either Naked or Vanguard's going to win it all. I always pick a random team to win it, and I've just been dead wrong every time. So if you guys are there, Vanguard, I apologize. I'm putting bad voodoo on you. It looks like a lot of people want to go for Russian, or at least it's the same two talking to each other. Good luck. I love the respect you guys are giving to each other, going after each other. That's the way it's supposed to be. This is a great community I love being a part of, and I love seeing stuff like this where you kind of build a rivalry with another team. That's the way it should be, and I hope you guys will follow suit. Who win first game? Who won the first game? Who won the first game? You guys let me know. I forgot. I don't know why. I think it was FS? Yes. Full Send, right? Full Send won that one. They did a really good job. If it is Full Send, correct me if I'm wrong. They did a good job getting out of that building right away. They knew the new circle was going to be closing outside of the building. Unknown Soldiers had the manpower to kind of take on some teams in their building if they decided to. Instead, they went for heals in a safe way. I think they got second place for that instead. Not a bad way to finish, but they definitely let FS take that one. Looks like FS went to the middle of the circle. Had to fight it out, though, with Rebels, as looked like, what his name, Jay White, was trying to get into that new circle as well as it was closing. But great job from FS, holding him back, getting into that new circle, so they didn't take a lot of blue damage as it was closing, and they survived long enough. So He didn't. I don't think he even put in a heal on himself. Honestly, I didn't see a first aid go. I thought once he got into that new circle that he should have put on a heal. Maybe he was trying to, and I just couldn't see it. But Unknown Soldiers healed a few times, but couldn't heal long enough. It seems so. You do have to time that right in order to last. Studsy, thank you for coming in here. And so you, Impulse, thank you for joining the chat. Impulse, love you guys too. I love everybody who comes in and watches and be a part of the community. You know me. I'm trying to make this a great experience for you guys. If you guys have any critiques that you want to give me, I definitely want to take in some good advice. Kind of make this even better. So I'm going to turn off the music. Look at the playing line. Oh, that's interesting. The banner is not. If you guys look at that, the banner is not saying that 1-year anniversary or happy birthday. It's just blank. Huh. It's the first time I've noticed it. Looks like it's going to be Hype's playing. How many teams we got? 85. Love it. Great job getting into this room. All right. It looks like it's a north plane line again, but this time it's going to be east to west. Pretty similar places to drop as it is the north side as well. So you might not see a lot of south side. This is Erangel, so it is a new map. I'm just saying it's going to be a little difficult to get south side. And we might see some people try to take vehicles over to military base, Novo, even Primorsk. It's such a far distance to go to that you might see some teams go for it. Because there is a lot of loot in Primorsk that you can go for. It looks like a lot of teams going to Yasnaya, actually. And we'd be interested to see what that looks like right now as everyone's dropping in. So as we look at Yasnaya, we saw maybe 5 teams drop here, maybe 6. Yeah, I'm not sure if any team really knows or is even close to another. That's how big Yasnaya is. So it's really difficult to kind of gauge what teams are close by to another. You do have Vital here that appears to be pretty close to Team 14. Now, if Team 14 is ATTP, and these buildings are deceiving, it's kind of tough to shoot across them. They're so close together, and it makes it a little difficult to shoot out these windows because when you peek, you're putting your... There's a good chance that someone's looking at you. Okay, here's ATTP. M16. Trying to get some nice headshots would be great. Looks like you got a helmet, so that'll help in your quest for kills here. Looks like Vital is going down to downstairs. Let's take a look around the map quickly, discovering whether we need to change spots. It doesn't seem like we really do. So I think for the best part is to stick around. So Vital is in the building right in front that we see. And you have the ATTP now in that building. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you do have Vital on that end as well. But for the most part, those are where the two teams are. And it does seem like Vital got knocked first. I don't know if ATTP will now make a push. I think they're more... could be patient, trying to get 2 knocks. If they get 2 knocks, they're pushing, that's for sure. That's code. And so it does seem like Purge is going to try to get picked up. You might see ATTP making a push now as things have slowed down. It's hard to look at other teams around when you have one of your members downed. And so pretty much you're left 2v4. So Purge got picked up. He's healing up. He only had bandages apparently because that's what he's using. As Vital is pushing 1 back. They want to create some space and kind of restart. It's crazy. No one has died yet. We started with 85 on the plane. We're still at 85 on the plane. It does seem like Vital has taken some hits. And I'm guessing meds is something that is tough to find right now. A little scarce. So one goes outside completely, and Rusta might have been able to see him, but or her, but Vital is not getting shot at the moment, and it looks like she will move it to these buildings instead. Great spot for loot, by the way, these 2 buildings. And might be a nice vantage point, a little bit of a different spot to shoot from, while the rest of your team is in these 3-story buildings. One member is killed from somewhere. As you can see, now we're at 84. This has been where people are closest. But as I was saying, these buildings are so tough to push people on that you don't really... We're not going for short-term shots or kills here. Looks like we have Team 4 and Team 20 going at it. Sons of Anarchy were knocked out pretty early last time. They will try to change their stars this time. As Voltage is moving in on their turf, it looks like he's going to go for one of Sons of Anarchy's members on the second floor. Wolf, he's getting some shots off. Not getting a hit though. But that was a knock and a thirst, was it? SOA is only down to 2 members? Yeah, because one of the members is knocked and thirsted now, so now they're only running with 2. SOA is not looking to have the same thing happen to them, so I think they're pushing back, trying to regroup and figure out what to do next, but Voltage is doing some nice jobs there. ATTP and Vital still battling it out from the distance. It looks like SOA is now at the C block spot, pushing back farther and farther. I think they're right now they just need to survive, and then they're gonna have to figure out their next move. Maybe take a vehicle and get out of there or something. Team 13 driving into where Team 22 is. So let's just see what they see as their. I think they're thinking Primorsk is gonna be. It's gonna be fine here. No one's gonna come this far away, as they just drive right into the side of town. Team 22. One of their members is on the other end. Is this a fog map? I didn't even think we had the ability to change it to a fog map. I don't know if that was random or not. So you do have unknown soldiers. One member getting knocked from... Ooh, almost getting a finish there as unknown soldiers Artemis, or Armisen, sorry if I'm mispronouncing, is trying to hang on to dear life. Look at how much health he has. And 2 members are coming upstairs. Looks like Armisen is trying to heal up. Does get a knock, but obviously being by yourself is a problem, and it goes for the thirst and finishes. So now you have unknown soldiers now coming in from around town as they're moving on to the second floor. They're just shooting one run after the other. Going for a shotgun shot, gets the finishing touch. And just as they move their way into town, pretty much the committee, the council of this town said, no, you don't get to stay here. And they are going to be shot at. So they'll take all the loot they had, and they'll continue to have all Primorsk. They do lose a member, but that's about it. Now you have War here with Kenji, Salty, Taz, and Poison. What am I looking at? They Alright, so there's a little bit of 2 things there. They were rendering in, right? So the surroundings were still rendering in, and they also flew the car from all the way up there. And so War, all they had to do was pretty much shoot at this car, and they would get a hit. Oh my god, someone clip that, please. Please clip that. That is insane. I really wish everything was rendered in too, so nothing was like inhibiting the view. But generally speaking, all I see was a freaking car just swirling up in the air, and then shots just being hit on it. So, all right, well, that happened, and we're gonna see what else is happening around the map. We're gonna stay away from Yaz at this point. I know that's probably where the action is at this point, but we do want to spectate some other teams, and just because that's the only spot where something might be happening, I don't want to miss other things. So you do have FS here. This full send is just at the crates here by I can't name the place. That's interesting. By Novo. I don't know why I was having trouble figuring out what Novo was. And obviously this place has the best loot. I think that's subjective, but I think that's pretty accurate. And they will come around, get all the loot they need. Has an M4. I'm pretty sure all of their teammates will have the best ARs that they need or want to have. Let's take a look at Team 10. It's kind of an interesting spot to be. They're at the gas station. So this is Telly, Talon, Flex, and Phantom. Sort of playing Bridge Camper here. They're going to try to find enemies crossing the bridge and hoping for some easy kills. Team 16 is Razor Gaming. They have Pachinki to themselves. They have 0 kills, so they didn't battle anybody for this spot. A DP, love the gun. If you guys don't know, I pretty much say that every time, but I really do. It is so powerful, and I always switch it no matter what gun I have in hand. Switch for it. If I have an M4, I'll still switch to the DP. And looks like the rest of them are just looting up where they need to. Looks like the fog has cleared. I don't know whether that was just at that one location. But it is all clear now. That was at Primorsk, actually. Let's see. Is Primorsk still foggy? It's blue zoned, so it's hard to tell. But I don't think it's foggy anymore. It's interesting. I never saw weather change during a match, a customer match, other than maybe a special one. I don't know. I haven't really seen that before. So we have SM. You have J-Rod, Cajun, Redwood, and Overlol rather than Overlord. They have this little complex. Doesn't seem like they're in too much of a worry for loot. Looks like they're leaving some 5 ammo on the ground and stuff like that. So I think they're looking pretty set, and they're just waiting for this zone to start closing up. Now there was another team around, as far as I can tell. Yeah, you do have FG, which is Freedom Gamers, here on these buildings, these 2 buildings. They still have all their members, so that looks good for them. They are a little bit of ways though from Team 3. Just a hill that's the difference between the 2. But it is a little bit of a distance, so I don't even know if they'll ever see each other throughout the match, even though they're pretty much next to each other right now. I'm going to zoom in a bit. As we take a look around, Team 12 is making a car move over to Team 5. I think they're thinking they can take this complex on the right, but there's already a team inhibiting it, so we'll see how that does. Top Gun already there as Vanguard is driving in to the spot, going around it, and they are moving. They hear the footsteps, and they are moving away. They might take some shots back if they need to, but it looks like for now they were left to be. And instead, Vanguard would take this location, which Team 10 is right on the other end. If Team 10 is moving anywhere toward the new circle, they're going to be moving toward Vanguard. So it looks like all of Vanguard has now moved to this location. And FS, Phantom, and them shooting, hitting down Nikos. Nikos was the one that really wanted revenge on another member of another team. It looks like he won't be able to. As Telly made sure of that. So now you have Vanguard, 2 members. Looks like he's getting shot at, getting hit hard, less than 50% health. They're going to try to get cars out, and they really couldn't figure out. They couldn't get in enough, so that DP is just creating havoc for that team. Trying to get the cars out, even that was even hard to do for them. Now Top Gun Merlin, I don't know if they're going to see anything because of that gunfire. It doesn't seem like at least Blue is paying much attention to that side. Tall might be. Tall is looking over. Might see some shots. Ooh, I think he saw him through the window. He's waiting for another opportunity. Ooh, they're getting into the car. A few solo shots from Tall. Getting a few hits here and there, but nothing lethal at the moment. So it looks like they're lasting. Oh, open field day here for some solo hits. Across the way, just a tree while 4 other members are hiding behind. And now they have to kind of spread out. Now he has to be careful that he doesn't get shot up as well, being in this window wide open. Looks like they are returning fire. Phantom is the one he's really focused on. And does get 1 hit, 2 hit. As they move farther away, this M16 is going to be less and less damage or cause less and less damage. Looks like they are smoking themselves up. Where to focus on now? This is interesting. Is that thunder? It really is a weather map. I'm kind of surprised. So here we have FG. Looks like VSS, baby, using that gun for sniping, trying to, looks like, shoot through that smoke and trying to get a few hits here and there. Now, it looks like, what is that? All members of SM on this spot are knocked, or is Cajun up and is picking up Overload? I think that's what's happening. Is he picking up Overload? Yes, he is. He barely has any health, so right now he's taking a huge risk coming over to Redwood even and going for the revival. His Team 7 is still up there. Cheeks would be the one to see it if he went to look to his left, but he's not looking at it that way. He does have the VSS, so he's the one that was shooting over in that direction. I'm wondering why he's not going for the finish at this point. If he just takes a look, he might have a nice, easy shot. I think he's more looking for the flank here. This is going to be a hard hit for SM. If he gets a view on them before they can see them. Oh, a little bit to the right. He doesn't notice, but there you go. This should help out, and he does get a knock there. Does get a few hits on Overload, but Overload was able to heal himself up a bit and gets knocked because of his teammates. So great flank so far as they get 2. Now 1 left from Redwood. He's trying to go for the revival and almost knocked and barely alive, and never mind. Great flank from Cheeks, and the rest of FG is able to just swoop them up and take them out. So now you have Team 18 in the distance. They might have heard all that action. He's going to take a look over there. Looks like TS Payne might be able to get a view with what appears to be a 6-time scope, or maybe a 4. There's the. Oh, how do you miss that? You pretty much just went right over him. So Payne is backing up just a bit, but I don't know. Maybe he didn't miss him. Maybe he's just thinking I shouldn't shoot. I don't know. But that was kind of weird. Interesting spot to be. Team 25 next to Team 12. It looks like this is FS. Merlot's trying to heal himself. And you get this thing up and running. You have Vanguard, who was down 2 members earlier, and it looks like he was down another member, is hiding in the bush here, or in the grass, next to a broken down truck. So Team 10 coming in pretty hot, actually, as they have made their way over to the same complex, or a similar complex. Telly, as they hear the car go by, they might take some shots on them. They are right next to him. Few shots on them. 1 is knocked. 2 is knocked, so that might cause some chaos there for FS. This is both full send gaming teams fighting off against each other, and they want to show off who's the better FS team. So right now you got 1, 2 knocked here still from the other end. And Bolt Action Warriors getting a little third-party action going for Jojo and Gid, or Geo, sorry about that. Geo is on the tree now, completely exposed to the rest of FS, the other team, while Alex and Mero are going to be running away from all that gunfire. Now Bolt Action Warriors, I don't know if he sees all this. It only has a 2-time scope, so won't be able to get that long distance shots that he's hoping for. It does get an easy steal of a kill there. Other than that, though, it's pretty much all he's going to be getting. Impulse Tutsi, thank you guys for clipping the action too. If you guys see something crazy happen, I hope you guys will definitely clip, because that's what I like to see. I don't know where to look. There's a lot of different teams close by. This one's kind of seems to be the closest. Team 12, Vanguard is still hanging by, just staying alive. As Team 10 was the one that came in, that was the other FS team, and he's just hoping that nobody comes around. Does seem like he's sticking around. Telly. Oh, Telly just goes by. Praise is letting this happen. If he shoots, he's pretty much going to be done for unless he can get 2 knocks. If he can get 2 knocks immediately without getting hurt, then he has a chance. I think even just 1 knock won't cut it without getting hurt. I don't think that would cover it. There's just too many other teammates that would just change. Telly. Ooh, boy. He's not rotating either. He doesn't want to shift around that grass. What? What is happening? He just ran around. No, don't tell me he doesn't see it either. Oh my god. He's a god. He's just hanging in this grass and nobody's paying it. I don't know what's going on. Is he seeing it? He just keeps running back too, and so is he. There's so many people running around. He must be so scared. Oh my god. And now everyone's running for the new circle. So that's why they're going away. And they have a vehicle for him. So he can take the vehicle too. Wait really last minute unless that vehicle has no gas. So I think that's it. So way to stay patient. Patient is... I don't know if there's a stronger word than patient, but that's certainly what he had there. It does seem like Team 4 and Team 6 are fighting it out, at least sort of. As a Vital against Voltage. Now Trooper is the one over here. Meanwhile, there are some Voltage members on top of the building. It does seem like Dylan's shooting down. Getting a lot of good hits on Purge, but did not get a thirst or get a finished knock on him. Does now. Dragon gets knocked as well. Dylan's knocked, and I didn't realize, but it looks like Vital's the one that caused it. This blue zone's gonna be hurting a lot. It looks like Wolf is going for the revival. I don't know if that's gonna work out. Voltage Troopers on the other end there. It looks like Dragon could not wait long enough. And can Dylan get a heal off before this blue zone really takes an effect? It does seem like he will be able to. This blue zone is certainly not helping anyone's case. As Chronic and Alone are both going to try to get out of here. Oh, he had to stop because he didn't realize his teammate couldn't get in. And that's it for Vital. So just poor timing, but you got to give props to them for getting some knocks there and a kill on Voltage. Voltage is going to stay around. They shouldn't have tried to blow up that vehicle. At the other hand, they probably would rather use it than anything. Now here we have War. It looks like 2 members are downed. And they're fighting off against Team 2. Who's really close by. Team 2, I believe, is Bolt Action Warriors, if I'm not mistaken. And it is. Bojack with the ghillie suit. Trying to stay hidden. Looks like Bolt Action Warriors going toward the smoke where they were at. But they have moved out. Oh, they got killed. They finished them off. So great job. I didn't even notice. So that was War, and War just got wiped out there. Now you do have SOA on top of the mountain. And I don't know if they're going to come straight down to him because they do have to get to that new zone where Bolt Action Warriors is. Or in that direction, at least. Let's just see what they're looking at. So they're not moving an inch out of this house. And even though they're not in the zone, I don't think they're taking a risk there, so they're going to hold back just a bit. What is going on here? So it looks like Freedom Gamers just took out a team on this edge. Missed it, damn. But well done, Freedom Gamers. Team 20 SOA, this was a team that was hanging back just a bit, and it looks like Bolt Action Warriors has come close to them.
God, snakes in the grass in first person, dude? Really, bro?
So it looks like they're not happy about getting snaked there, and it does look like Bolt Action Warriors is completely taken out by SOA. 2 members able to take advantage.
Let's see that in first person, bro.
So now we have Team 10 on top of the hill from full send there. They might be having to come in as well, getting toward the gunfire. They might see them. It is a possibility. He's not looking in that direction though. It's sort of looking, but there is a lot of fog, could be inhibiting the view here. A little sore being a snake, huh? Well, this is what I think about snakes in this game. I'm totally for it. You know, if you need to do what you need to do, I'm not against it. I'm just thinking if you're going to be more of a snake though, at that point, you're thinking, I just need to survive. And so I'd imagine you should snake when you are alone. Because as long as you have a teammate and you can move together, as long as you have good chemistry, it shouldn't be a problem. You shouldn't need to snake unless it's like the last circle. You know, I can understand that, but I think it just hurts your chances of getting a ton of kills if you don't kind of move around the map. It doesn't mean you have to take a big risk by going everywhere, but you got to get yourself moving. And obviously, if you're staying prone in the grass or crawling in the grass, then you easily can be spotted and shot at without much difficulty. Because render distance is something to think about. Dylan here, Voltage, does look like Dragon was completely taken out. I think we saw that earlier in the match ourselves. And they are in the new zone, so they'll be happy for now. But that doesn't mean teams aren't going to be coming in from the back end, going for them as well. Looks like Team 10 and 20 might have a scuffle before they even get to the new zone. So it looks like they're shooting at Voltage there in the distance. And so far now you see Telly is the one that's knocked on FS. They're throwing a smoke, giving them some cover. And generally, if you see smoke around a tree, shoot around that tree, because they're likely going to be hiding behind it. Ooh, looks like a third party happened here, and I did not realize what the hell just happened, as they just got completely taken out. Oh my god. Obviously, SOA's by himself. That suppressed gunfire, so that should help, but he might be spotted by FS because of those shots that he just took to finish off that team. Doesn't seem like FS is making much of a push in this direction, so we're not going to just stay here. We're going to keep looking. TG, interesting way to go around the circle here. If they continue to do this, they're going to see Team 20 from SOA. I think oh boy, they are either going to see a lot. They're going to see a lot of different teams depending on what they do here. They're going to see Team 20 on their left, which is SOA. They're going to see Team FMJ, Full Metal Jacket in front of them as they're coming in now. And you also have a team a little bit in the distance with FS, who's also trying to make it into the new zone. So right now, I'm sure they heard that car come in and all that. And it looks like Tall is trying to get some shots in and will do so. One knock. So far, so good. But now they're returning fire. 2 knocked, 3 knocked. One more left on FMJ, and it's a lit 2. Almost down, and now is out. So that is a big problem they had. They got into the zone. They stayed on the edge, and I think they were thinking they would be fine here at the edge of the new circle. You gotta be careful on your 6. They got Rebel Beta is out, so Rebels are out now actually as well. So FS holding the fort, getting knocked, but getting they're gonna be able to pick up their player. Now Rebels actually still has one left, and it is Jay White again. Jay White was the last member of their team before too, and that's in the 3-story building if you remember in the first match. So Razor Gaming inside the house. I'm wondering how many kills they have, because I just haven't been seeing them. And again, they still have 0 kills. I think they just haven't seen much action, regardless of what they've been doing. So you have FG here. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I'll definitely be naming you guys after this match is over. Freedom Gamers here, looking at Vital, looks like, and Vital's pretty much in the open. But Freedom Gamers is also in the open, but they're just prone. So a little harder to see them. As looks like Vital's just jumping around, hoping for the best. Does look like they get knocked. Oh man, Vital got knocked in a thirst, but that's it. So it worked out for Freedom Gamers, getting 3 kills, but they lost a member. So, ooh, and just like that, the same thing happens to Freedom Gamers as they were doing to Vital, is that they were running into the new zone and they could not find a spot. And so that is it for Freedom Gamers. Now we finally see some kills on the board for Razor Gaming. This is quite interesting. I have FS from Flex there on top, trying to maybe cause some havoc on Razor Gaming. Razor Gaming's moving out of their building. Maybe just to see if they can get see some things on top of the hill. Let me zoom in on this map here. We have, what, 3 teams left, so that makes sense. Pretty much taken all corners of the circle. Well, circles don't have corners, but you know what I mean. And, oh, what is going on? Phantom gets knocked. They were trying to circle around to the right while the other team was circling around to the left. And here we have Flex here trying to get a view. Gets knocked. 1 left on Talon and FS. Can they hold it out against Top Gun? No, they won't. And I do have a knocked member. 2 knocked members on TG. If they can get both of them picked up and healed up before the circle closes, they'll definitely have good shots here. They drop first aids for their teammates in order to for them to heal themselves up and be a 4v4 situation. Obviously, Razor Gaming looking to be in the best spot. Not from a height advantage, but from a position advantage, given that they're in the new circle. And they heard all the action, so they know the direction, at least, of where they're coming from. Team 5 may want to change up where they're going to come into the new circle. But in all the words, they only have 30 seconds to get in, and they're throwing smoke everywhere. With 8 alive, they may think that there's more than just one team. It is possible to have a multiple of teams here, and but it doesn't seem like either of them are really going to pay attention to that. So even Razor Gaming is throwing some smoke, which is kind of a surprise because you don't want to inhibit your shots as the other team has to come in to you, but it might work out for them. Looks like they're going for some hits there, and looks like one member on the right, blue, could not flank around and get in safely. Now you do have Tall here on the left. This is what I was talking about. TG put at a disadvantage just because of the position of the new circle. And looks like he's going prone here. And this is the smoke that they threw. And Tall is out. Ooh, so there you go. Well played from Razor Gaming, getting good positioning. Not a lot of kills, but definitely having a first place will help. And they have 2, 3, 4, 5 total. Tall and Merlin getting a nice chunk of kills there, giving their team a total of 11, sorry. Giving their team total 11. And then the FS coming in with 6, 7, 8. Nicely played. That would be a good chunk as the 1, 2, and 3 teams are doing well. Rebels coming in. Great job from Larva with 3, Beta with 2, 1 with Fappy, and that gives them a total of 6. Cheeks coming in with 3, and Speed, look at you coming in with 5 kills with a team total of 10. You have Vital with 3, and you also have Yeezy and his team coming in with 1. You see Otter Craze there, 1 kill for Queens coming in 8th place. FMJ with 2, SOA with 4, Voltage 3 for 5, nice job Wolf. Vanguard with 0. That's my team I had coming in for the win. So far is not looking great. It is the curse, I'm telling you. Unknown Soldiers with 3. Bolt Action Warriors, Light, and Bojack, getting them a total of 5. It looks like Naked coming in with 0. War with 4. Vital with 2, 3, 4, 5. FS with 0. SM with 0. ATTP with 0. War with 0. And LS with 1. So that cuts it for the second match, and we got one more to kind of see who takes it all. So we had Razor Gaming, Top Gun, and Full Send Gaming coming in on the top 3 for this match. And we got Sandhawk coming in for the final. I think there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to need to make a big push, probably going to do some boot camps or Paradise City in order to get some kills and hope for the best. Thank you for clipping a lot of that, Studsy. Really, really, really appreciate it. And thanks for joining in, Fit Girl Steph from Omelet Arcade. Hope you guys are having a great and wonderful night. All right. Let's see what you guys are doing here. So what happened to the start of the scrim? All good, I don't know. Gotta put Razor on the map. Razor Gaming, obviously putting themselves on the map. Obviously getting themselves to first spot for, I don't know, I can't talk. Top spot for the second round. We have Black Joan C. Joe UNC. Sorry if I'm Black Joe UNC. Thank you for the follow. And Jojo Monkey PUBG Mobile. Thank you for the follow as well. I think I didn't mention Youssef Coming. Thank you as well for following. If you guys are following me on Amit, I really appreciate it. I just can't see it. I just don't have the ability to. So if you are, thank you. I really appreciate it. And certainly try to follow you back because that's what I like to do most of the time. If I can, if I have the ability. Let me see what we can muster here. 1, 2, and 3 teams are doing well. Don't want that Rebel. So what I'm going to do is play a clip for you guys of what happened and kind of go over, maybe slow it down and see, you know, if there's any mistakes made or something that could be explained for you guys if you guys are trying to build on your teams. So let me try to do that for you. Oh, Guy has opened up the new room. So before I show you clips, I'm just going to get into the new room and get myself set up in there. Put myself in spectate mode. So Guy has opened the room. If he hasn't posted yet, he'll be posting it very soon. It is 9:27. I assume he's going to start it then at exactly 9:37. But make sure you check Discord channel. He'll write down exactly when he will start. In that case, let's see if we can show you what I'm talking about. Game clip. Will it work? It looks like it's good to run. Okay. Here we go. Let's see, what do I want to watch? This was a good one. This was quick. Quick action. So this was... It's in their left, which is SOA. They're in Team FMJ. Full Metal Jacket in front of them as they're coming in now. And you also have a team a little bit in the distance with FS, who's also trying to make it into the new zone. So right now, I'm sure they heard that car come in and all that. And it looks like Tall is trying to get some shots in and will do so. One knock. So we got one quick knock without getting hurt. But now they're returning fire. 2 knocked, 3 knocked. One more left on FMJ, and it's lit 2. Almost down and now is out. So that is a big problem they had. They got into the zone. They stayed on the edge. And I think they were thinking they would be fine here at the edge of the new circle. You got to be careful on your 6. Yeah, that's pretty much all I was really thinking is there's so many teams outside the new circle. I mean, it's hard to tell when you're playing how many teams are in the circle, how many teams are out. But I think there was some gunfire earlier on in that direction. So they really should have focused more in that direction. I'm sure they're more focused on some other teams that are around them, just as close pretty much. So hard to say for sure what to do in that situation. Obviously, in hindsight, if you knew that was going to happen, you would be looking more toward your 6 o'clock behind you. But it's tough to say. Tough to say from our perspective. So let's see if we can find something else. Oh, yeah. I want to see this again. I have no idea what happened. I was coming in to this spot. Now you have War here with Kenji, Salty. And then I just see this Poison car coming down. What? What am I looking at? They Alright, so there's a little bit of 2 things there. They were rendering in, right? So the surroundings were still rendering in. And they also flew the car from all the way up there. And so War, all they had to do was pretty much shoot at this car. I just want to see that again. What? So that car's not even in. So I think... So everything's not rendered now. I just jump into this side, and sometimes that happens where rendering takes a bit of time. I think what you're looking at is probably the edge of the cliff. And that's probably the direction. So right when we see the car, it's probably when they jump out of the cliff. Oh, that's so far. Kenji, Salt. Okay, so that car just jumps in now. See, and it's coming down, and it jumped like a few feet in an instant from my perspective. I'd love to hear what they saw, and see like what happened. The only thing that I can think that can happen is that they jumped off that rock on the top of the cliff with the car. What? What am I looking at? A lot of gunfire. That's a lot. And then you heard like the back end, like it was like a little staticky. I think there was just so much going on with so much gunfire that it really changed everything. This was interesting, I think. I forgot what happened, but I remember, and two members are coming upstairs. So there's one guy left, not one guy left, but Unknown Soldiers had one person in here while the rest of them were in another place. Does get a knock, but obviously being by yourself is a problem, and it goes for the thirst. So now all their members are here. So now you have Unknown Soldiers, coming in find them from around town. As they're moving on to the second floor. They're just shooting one right after the other. Going for a shotgun shot, gets the finishing touch. And just as they move their way into town, pretty much the committee, the council, I don't know what I'm talking about there. I'm going to move on. Let me just check the room. So we got 50 guys in there. And let me see. When did guy say we're going to start this one? At 9:37, so we got 5 minutes. Okay. Good to know. 5 minutes. We got 50 in there. Make sure you guys get your time in there. We're at one last match, so this will show it all. Who will take the top spot? Who will be our 3 winners tonight? First, second, and third. Let me go back here, though. Oh, it's gone way too far back now. I don't think we saw this one. Hit for SM. If he gets a view on them before they can see them. Oh, a little bit to the right. He doesn't. So this is a great flank from Cheeks. This should help out, and he does get a knock there. Does get a few hits on Overlol, but Overlol was able to heal himself up a bit and gets knocked because of his teammates. So great flank so far as they get 2. Now 1 left from Mudwood. He's trying to go for the revival and almost knocked and barely alive, and never mind. Great flank from Cheeks, and the rest of FG is able to just swoop them up and take them out. So I think that was wonderfully played from FG. I thought Cheeks was flanking a little bit too much, honestly. Because there is a time, you gotta be careful. You don't want all of them to be reviving, because they were able to get everyone up and running. And Overlol was able to put even a heal on himself. So, but the flank obviously was well played. Every time they tried to protect themselves from Cheeks, they would just get hit from another FG player on another angle. Yes, so this is some great strategy that you guys, if you guys are ever trying to take notes on squads and what they're doing, is obviously something you might want to consider. Flanking. You might want to consider pushing at the right time. Figure out timing. I mean, half this game is about what you do or when you do it. You know, obviously a lot of it is skill based on how well you can kill another player. But when it comes to squads with so many different teams out there, a lot of it has to do with how can you lower your risk while getting the most out of your team. And so that requires knowledge of teamwork, how other teams would rotate, where they most likely be, and like an opponent. So that's what a lot of these teams try to foresee before they make a move. And if you do that right so often, you'll get to the top spot. So this was, I like seeing this one. So there's 2 minutes left, guys, on my perspective, but it might be a little earlier for you guys. So a little harder to see them, as looks like Vital's just jumping around, hoping for the best. This is FG. They were prone. They get knocked in the grass, and they were able to get Vital pretty easily as they were running in. But that's it. And then the exact same thing's going to happen to FG. 3 kills, but they lost a member. That's saying it's too funny, but it's just like... And just like that, the same thing happens to Freedom Gamers as they were doing to Vital, is that they were running into the new zone and they could not find a spot. And so that is it for Freedom Gamers. Now we finally... Yeah. Literally the exact same thing happened to them. They're like, oh, we're not going to let you in the zone. And then they tried to go into the zone and they weren't let into the zone. Love it. Love the karma. Alright, we got 1 minute left. I'm going to go back to the room and make sure it switches back, because as you guys know, sometimes I make mistakes. But boom, right there. Nico's. So we went to one of the L-shaped compounds east of Roz, and there was literally no car in the garage, and we were the first ones to get there. How? Yeah, I don't know what's going on in PUBG. I don't know if they did this on purpose, but obviously, if you guys have been noticing, just because you land at a garage doesn't mean there's going to be a car anymore. It used to be automatic. There'd be a car in every garage that can hold a car. But not anymore. Totally different now. And I'm not sure why they did that. Maybe they wanted to keep it more randomized. Maybe less people in cars. I'm not sure why. Be a good question to ask. Maybe they thought there was just too many cars that were too obvious for people to use. Maybe they thought more randomized vehicle location would make it less reliable to do that type of jump, where you go to Rozhawk and then try to get a car and then move out to a town that's across the way. I don't know why they would do it, but they did it. That's for sure. Second time TG ended up fighting Razor. So Razor didn't fight, yeah. I mean, Razor barely fought anybody, and they were just in a wonderful position, because I don't think they got any kills until that last clip that we were just looking at happened. And thank you, Slammer Cheek. Sorry, I didn't notice you following me. I appreciate it. And so, really interesting. It's going to be Razor Gaming really stepping it up here. We'll see if they can hold on and get another #1 top spot here. It is all recorded on YouTube. That's correct. Right now, it's streaming it, and then it'll need to like process the video, and then it'll post. I don't know how long it usually takes. Maybe a half hour. I'm not really sure. After the stream, I don't think it does it instantaneously. So here we go. Let's see what we got for plane ride. Really, like, none of them have been down the middle, and this is obviously Sandhawk, if you guys can't tell. Boot Camp is probably going to have some action, usually the first place to have it, and then we'll have maybe Paradise Resort as well. Painan is obviously in. Everything pretty much is always in, because you can float anywhere on this map and get to it. It's such a small island, it is possible. Right now we have 75 teams alive. It looks like some have dropped off because they just knew they weren't going to make it to the top spot. But it looks like we got a lot of different teams here heading over to boot camp. A lot of teams. Jeez, might even crash my computer. There's so many teams here. So we're going to try to go to the action. You have Voltage here, Vital. You have Rebels. You have NFG, which is no, that's a totally different team. And you also have Naked here at the warehouses. It looks like they landed late, and so they figured they'll hit the warehouse instead. Good loot at the warehouse too, by the way. Oh, let's head over there, because it looks like Team 11-15 are fighting it off. As NFG Blue could not survive long enough. This is a one-man show, was taken out. Not lasting long. Team 15 now has that whole corner to themselves. Let's see, Vitals here. And they obviously heard all the gunfire, so they're definitely going to pay more attention to that side than to Naked's side. So Naked's all on this left side, and they're just looting up that spot. Anyone next to each other? Yes. FS. So everything's loading in. We'll give it a second. Hopefully I'll do it quick because I don't want to miss it. FS getting some kills on Razor Gaming. Razor Gaming might not last long here, as you do have what appears to be Medusa. I don't know if I got that name right, but I'm just following her now. And she's trying to get everything going, but she's really in trouble. One jumps out and taken out. So that is it for Razor Gaming, who just won earlier And man, that really puts a damper on this score. So now you have FS. Well done. Pretty much helping every team with that. And they're going to move on, at least. And if they can get a top spot, that'd be great too. So now you have team... Oh, shoot. We're going to come back over here. Because it does look like Fappy with the rest of Rebels are shooting up against Vital. Oh, there you are. Like, where'd you go? So Sunny is down here on Vital, and no one's around to pick him up at the moment. Does look like Nate is shooting across and getting Fappy, or maybe that was another member getting Fappy, but Fappy is downed. It looks like, yeah, there is some gunfire from a distance, and they're getting hit from Naked's side. So that is really preventing Fappy from being able to get picked up. Those gunfires from Naked, and they do get a knock as well on Rebels. So Rebels down to one member, or two members, I mean. And looks like Jay White's going to get picked up. Some shots are being fired and getting another knock now on Beta. So Fappy was trying to get to him in order to heal. Ooh, but couldn't get him picked up. And it looks like things are just not going well for Rebel. Every time they think that they can hide somewhere, Naked snuffs them out. So now Naked's making a great push. Vital is still on the left, and so is Voltage. But I think they really want to get Rebels here to get those kills that they deserved with those knocks. Here's a revival. Naked's going to be coming anytime now. One's coming by, and he didn't realize that right behind him. Shari is trying to get an angle, does get a hit, gets a knock, so now you have one person up, two people up, but hardly healed up, and another hit down on Naked. This is just bad timing. All Naked members are coming in one at a time. They get a finishing hit there. As Shane got knocked as well, but it looks like Shane will be alive. Ghost is on the other end from the other hill. We'll need to come in to help out to pick up Shane. So that was quite an interesting turn of events. Naked coming in one at a time. And there's one guy that was just hiding behind the door. Well placed. Getting both Char and what I believe was Shane. Or I couldn't tell who that was, but... So Alex getting hit one at a time by Voltage from Freedom Gamer. Oh, well placed grenade. I don't know who threw that, but jeez. I think that was Speed. Nice grenade. I'm trying to see where everyone is. I'm trying to hear him out. And it looks like they even get Trooper there on the second floor. So right now, Freedom Gamers are just making a break for it. Just taking people out as they see them. Thank you for the follow. Here we go. We're going to see Dylan here. Dylan's inside. Looks like trying to peek the corners. Might be able to pick up Dragon, actually. And is just shooting in that smoke. Didn't get a hit, though. And so, will they have the timing to do this? He stops picking him up. I think he would have had, definitely would have had enough time to pick up Dragon. But it's hard to say that at the time when you're trying to get everything done. Oh boy. Alright, my bad. Missed it, but obviously FG gets it. So nice job from them finishing him off, and that'll do it here for the most part. Almost getting a knock on War. Lick Mung on the other end. And VG Nikos does not want to be taken out again. He's trying to get this team here on Team 9. 2 members left on War. And obviously they know where they are. They're in that place, in that building, and all they're thinking about is how can we move on from here. Okay, someone has a Car 98 suppressed. Looks like he's missing his shots. Maybe got one hit there and does get... Is that a hit? No, that was a revive. So They're shooting a little bit here and there on Vanguard. Vanguard's just sticking around in that building. It's like they see Vanguard pushing away from the house, while two members are still in the house. This 2v4 situation is actually working pretty well for War, as they've been putting on some damage. Now there's no, obviously they still don't have the numbers, even with all this damage they've been placing on FBG. War, Lickmung gets knocked from the back end. So that is another War team getting some shots on War, and they are just getting pummeled. Now they're gonna have to worry about two ends, and he needs to get behind the rock. He's put in a difficult spot as he's trying to shoot back and does get Uxes. Now Uxes has to get picked up probably by Partixel. Now he's not looking good. His health is down, and now he has to worry again about War on top, but it doesn't seem like War is taking any shots. It does seem like he's getting hit from behind and gets knocked and thirsted. So that was a combination. War, the other War team, becoming the third party, helping out VG. This is interesting. This is all going to be outside of the new zone. And even SM is in the zone, and outside of the zone as well. As everything renders in, we'll see what's going on for sure. Better idea of it anyway. Bolt Action Warriors in the building with Shape Dota, and this wall is preventing everyone from seeing. Oh, just as he hopped the wall, Bolt Action Warriors says, no, you're not coming. You're not coming into my house. So now you have Team 2 on the other end, and Queens is all the way in that distance, so Team 2 is gonna be fine for now, and they won't have any trouble getting into the new zone. See why Queens is down and appears to be out. I think that's completely out for them now after that. And that was caused by Vital. So Vital will move on. I thought he was shooting. I was like, are they not on the same team? So there you go. So everything has now pretty separated. You look at this map, and we can zoom out just a bit so you can get a better idea that everyone has their own spot. Let's see what Naked is up to. Looks like this is going to be Ghost and Shane for the remainder of the match. See how well they can hold up against some other teams, that whether they're fully stacked or just have one team member. You're going to have to figure out what to do when those situations come. It looks like he has a QBU. That's not a bad gun to have. Let me take a look at Team 2, because they are kind of getting close to Team 6, and it does look like Shape Dota might see some. Yep, in the distance. Had his crosshairs on Vital. Didn't take any shots. Didn't want to give away their location. Now they're going for some shots. It does seem like Shape Dota was a little late to that shot party, but that's alright. They got a knock as a team. And now Purge is down, so now Vital and Alone, along with Chronic, definitely have an idea that there is another team. Team 2, even though they got a knock, I don't think they really quite have the advantage quite yet. They are on the opposite end of the circle compared to 6. I'm not sure if they realize that Team 2 is moving to their right side. And they might be able to kind of cut around Team 6 and get angles here, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're shooting on the side here. They do get Alone pretty well on Vital. Not a knock, but certainly hurting. Alone was able to pick himself up, and now they're getting third party from the left. So Shape Dota went down to prone, hiding out from both sides. And FS is knocked. A little bit of a trio here from Bolt Action Warriors, Full Send and Vital. Now Full Send and Vital both have the zone. And the only ones that don't are Team 2 with Bolt Action Warriors. They're going to have to try to figure out how to get in, because now both sides, whether they go right or left, are going to have a team to cover it. There's gunfire on Vital, but Marrow goes down instead. And they do get Vital. Looks like both teams are trying to make a push on each other. And Geo's trying to get Purge at the same time there on the top. Trying to get a jump shot grenade. Can it land on Purge? Too far. So, oh, this might be a nice little flank here. Purge is right along the rock here on the left. And you might be able to get a nice peek here. Nice grenade. Good distance. Can it cause some havoc? I thought it was. Oh, just missing. Purge is down too. So FS and Vital have traded. Kind of slowing things down as both of them are now going to get picked up. Actually, Alex is downed, and no one's around quite yet. And Purge is getting picked up and will get picked up right now. So that actually puts Vital in a great spot. They can get everybody running a little sooner on Vital's side than they do on FS's side. You see so many people knocked on FS that I don't think it's going to be really possible for Alex to get picked up from this distance. It does look like FS needs to push back because Bolt Action Warriors have made their way in. They weren't able to finish off Bolt Action Warriors before they made their attempts on Vital. Oh boy, Geo's dancing around the field. Gets a hit on No Sense after that, so well played. But Geo does have to be careful behind him as he's getting shot. As you can see, that is it for him because of Vital. So Vital's taking some damage as well. But not too bad. They are pretty far away from Bolt Action, so they can keep getting revived if they need to. There's a lot of open space in between. We're going to shift gears here. Looks like VG is downed. It doesn't have a partner to pick him up. We're going to shift over to Team 10 as TG is looking at FS. Top Gun versus another FS team here on the other end. Flex gets almost knocked very close to it. Look at his health though. And you do have Phantom who's still up and running on FS, so even if Flex goes down, they'll still have one member left. Phantom's picking up Tally. They're going for Flex. Gets a knock there. Flex is the only one up, and he has less health than I've ever seen anyone have before. He gets a knock. He needs the meds, but he doesn't have any, I suppose. Or just trying to keep moving and stay alive. And so now TG from Top Gun coming in to get FS as well. So third party for sure. Flex, I think, going for Talon to pick him up. TG Merlin. I don't know what your move is here. Talon got picked up. Almost getting Flex. Only one hit. That's all it requires to get Flex. I don't know if he's reviving himself. Merlin certainly is. Talon is not using any meds, so I think meds are hard to come by these days for their team. Looks like they're going for Tall. They threw smokes. Not a bad spot, but the circle is coming. It's going to be hurting a lot too. And so if they can get Tall early enough, and then he can use some meds right away, that would certainly work in their favor. It doesn't really seem like FS has the luxury to stay into the blue zone, so they're making their way closer to this new circle, and they should be able to be just fine. But they do have to worry about TG coming in from behind them on their 6 o'clock. They do get Talon down, so only one left is Flex. A good push I'm wondering if they're going to do. Tall might be going for it, taking the blue zone side. Not bad. This is working out the way you need it to. So Flex is the only one left here. They go for the thirst. I don't think they realize that he is... never mind, they do. So Tall finishes them off with TG. 6 teams left, by the way, with this small, tiny circle. 2 of them over here. As Vital alone got knocked. We try to figure out what's going on. So you got Team 13 in the distance with Kylie. Spicy Taco, what's up? So we have Team 6, who's looking pretty good. They got a lot of their members out, I think all 4. And they're certainly shooting at Kylie, who needs to make it in as well. So as Kylie makes the run for it, she has to be very careful. This blue zone's going to be hurting, and then she's going to need the meds. Looks like she boosted up because her health isn't going too far down. They're trying to hit Alone. Alone's also in the blue, it looks like, and is trying to stay alive, though. Kylie is going to heal herself. I think she has an easy way in now. But as long as she can keep healing herself and get into this new zone, that would definitely help out her situation. Let's take a look at the map once more. 3 teams on the right. And Team 6 is pushing in quite quickly, along with Team 7. So it's kind of interesting that the teams are taking the middle of the circle. Usually you kind of take the edge of it at this point. But that's not what Freedom Gamers are doing. They've taken up the middle. The new circle has just been made, and it is away from both of them. Vital there from the top, getting some shots off on FG. And does it look like Death Rain's trying to jump to see if he can find them. Now it looks like Death Rain's going to go for the circle first and then kind of shoot back at them. And that's exactly what we see here, getting this top spot. Vital is there, and it looks like Vital is down because of it. Nice job from Death Rain, getting in a good position. Now Speed also is here, going to be prone, waiting for the opportunity to arise. Kylie's still on top. Kylie might be able to see everybody from the top there. Might take some shots. Now Vital here is an interesting spot. It looks like, I'm surprised Freedom Gamers didn't take some shots earlier. And then now they just have. Vital has dropped some meds here for Purge, I think. Got Death Rain. And I think that's Kylie coming in from the back, getting a knock. I thought the timing was just perfect, but it wasn't perfect enough, as Chronic was able to put an end to Kylie. Getting some nice headshots on Speed, as Speed is down. And I think Death Rain is down as well, unless he was just able to get picked up. I'm not sure. Yes, he was. So Chronic is trying to get around it. Does he have the speed to do so? Because Death Rain is right there. I don't know what Death Rain is doing. He needs to look over in that direction to help out his teammates, I think. As Chronic is down, pretty much smothered by TG, but mostly by Freedom Gamers. There's only 2 teams left. Merlin's by himself on this end. No one's in the new circle yet. It's 40 seconds until it will come down to it. Merlin took some shots already, so they know where he is. And the rest of FG is just pretty much healing up, getting all ready for the victory lap. They pretty much have. They know there's only 1 left because there's only 5 alive, and they have 4 members still up. Merlin knows he just knows that he's alone. He doesn't necessarily know that there's 1 or 2 teams left. For all Merlin knows, he might be thinking there's 5 teams left. But that's not the case. That certainly hurts Merlin's chances. It doesn't seem to be hurting his chances, though, in real life, because he got 3 knocks in a row. There's only Alex left. And Merlin hasn't taken a shot. Oh, no. Almost. Well played from Merlin, though. Getting a few knocks there, and I think a few kills too in the process. Getting 3 knocks on that team, almost completing a squad wipe for the final match, or the final time. So we got Freedom Gamers getting the top spot. Nicely played, with Alex getting 4, Death Rain with 2, and Speed with 3, giving their team a total of 9. You got Top Gun, Merlin with 4, Blue with 2, and Tall with 2, and that gives them 8. Vital, nicely played from both Vital and Chronic, getting 5 each, with Purge with 2, giving them a team total of 12. Unknown Soldiers with 0. LS with 3 kills from Kylie, 2 from Regio. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing. 5 kills for them. Vanguard, nicely done. Gets 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kills. FS coming in with 5. Bolt Action Warriors with no sense getting 4 kills, and their team in total getting 4, 5, 6, 7. Jojo, nice job getting 4, getting your team a total of 4 as well. Naked coming in with 3. War with 1. Vital with 1. Queens with 3. SM with 0. SOA with 0. War with 1. TS with 0. Voltage with 0. Rebels with 4, somehow getting in 19th spot. I don't know how you guys did it, but you guys definitely went out swinging. And Razor Gaming with 0, with NFG at the end with 0. So that concludes the Naked Pro Scrims. I hope you guys enjoyed all the action. I certainly did. If you guys want to continue playing in these scrimmages, or want to start playing in these scrimmages, all you have to do is go to our Discord. It's in the profile on Omelette Arcade and on Twitch. It'll be a link that has the word Discord in it. Very easy. Hit that, and it'll bring you to a server called Naked Esports, and that's where you can register for these things. You can also talk to people in the community. If you guys enjoy playing PUBG Mobile and want to play with other people, that might be a great place to do so. We're accepting applications to join our team, so if you want to do that, you can do so there. If you guys want to play, the next time we're holding an event. It's going to be sponsored by Omelette Arcade. It'll be the main event at 10 p.m. on Thursday. It's called Thurston Thursday, so easy to remember that it's on a Thursday. Registration is still open for anybody and everybody that wants to participate. We want new teams to come in because we believe that there are a lot of teams out there that aren't really aware of the competitive scene, maybe, and aren't sure how to get into it, and that's exactly where we kind of fit. We want you guys to be enjoying the competitive scene and getting seen from everybody else, so I hope you guys will join in. And we also obviously want some pro teams that play. We usually do, and we appreciate all of you guys in there. You guys definitely make it pretty easy for us when you guys just come in and participate, and without you guys, obviously, we wouldn't be able to do this, so thank you. Thank you everyone who is watching out there. If you guys enjoyed it, please send me a thank you, or send Naked Esports a thank you, because there's a lot of people other than me that are doing this. It's not just me streaming, it's everyone in the back end, opening up the rooms, making sure registration is good, making sure everyone has access to passcodes and all that. And so it's not just me. I hope you guys thank everybody, especially in the Discord. It's probably easier for them to see it, to thank them there. It's 10:04, and right after this at 10:30 is the Silent Mercenaries Pro Scrims. So they have scrimmages at 10:30, as I just said, right now on Mondays. And if you want to participate in those, you can ask their team leader, SM Cold. The server registration, or the server for them, is in our Discord. And if you have any questions on how to get there and want to play right now, go over to them and see if you can and play, or just ask us to figure out how to get there on Discord. So yeah, just thank you everybody for participating. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys had a wonderful night so far, and we'll see you guys next time for Thurston Thursdays. It'll be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you guys will register for that. Thanks again. Have a great night. I'm Naked H Crusader. This was the Naked Pro Scrims. Later.